PEMDAS podcast. I'm here today with Mr. Derek Rolfe, standing up, sitting down. We got Wally Gordon, who's up there. He's turned around. You get to see some crazy angles here. And Mr. Anthony Sazma, being
what
normal.
What are we doing, man?
We can't. They can't control us around here. We're just going crazy. So today,
this is Brendan.
I'm Brendan Carlson.
Two
I forget who I am.
An asterisk.
I don't know where I am, who I am. I'm just speaking, giving you guys the truth. So,
you know who else is the truth?
Oh no,
Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards.
The
Go.
Yeah. So
stand down, Barack Obama.
The first round. We've seen quite a bit in this first round of the NBA playoffs. We have only got one game left. It is May 4th today. May 4th, Star Wars.
May the 4th
be with you.
Mm-hmm.
The Game 7 of Rockets Warriors. We'll talk about that eventually, what we think. But we really want to get into what we've thought with this first round.
Yeah, first round reaction.
Little playoff update here.
Let's get it.
Yeah. So my biggest reaction: wow, Lakers fans are delusional.
Holy! Who would have predicted them in 5 on this podcast? That is awful. Who would have done that?
Them in 6 or 7?
The rest of us pick Wolves.
You two pick Wolves.
Wolves in 6.
For you guys, you are welcome. We said in the video, Derek is a well-known jinxer.
Yep. Yeah, he does jinx.
Jinxed it.
I mentioned it when I said it, but I truly believed it to a point, just because I thought the whistle was going to be so bad.
It was really bad.
And it was.
And we overcame it.
But
yeah,
I mean, Luka and LeBron and Reeves didn't step up. Reeves just played normal. Like he never elevated his game.
He struggled though.
He kind of
struggled, and he never elevated
because
his
he was
game.
injured. That's why.
Yeah.
Same with LeBron. Yeah.
LeBron got injured the last 2 quarters of the series, and I'm hearing people use that as an excuse.
Yeah.
Well,
and he's like walking around with a limp after. Jordan never would.
As a LeBron fan, this series and the last couple years has been sad to watch him because, like in 2015 or what was it, 2010 to 2018 or 2011 to 2018, like. When he was on the floor, he could win any series. It didn't matter who he was playing.
Holy Ghost, Greg.
You can tell, like, since about 2020, though, you watch him, and there's just not that feel of, wow, he can just take BK dudes. He can just take over the game. Like,
I'm sorry.
It just doesn't happen. Now it's... And Luka could have done that 2 years ago. Bro, what is what?
I don't know, dude. I just can't get over it. I'm sorry. I'm being funny today. Go ahead, Derek. Derek, LeBron's good.
Luka, he did that against the Suns. He did it against the Wolves, honestly. Yep. Against last year's teams in the playoffs. Like Luka could do it. This year, they both suck.
They're so awful.
Yeah.
I mean, Luka was almost unstoppable on offense, but on defense, he was a cone.
Dude, he was
so bad.
Bro was gassed, too. You could tell.
No, one stat that I saw, when he was the main defender on most players, he got blown past 65% of the time.
I saw that too.
That's like, dude, we were out there.
The funniest part, they started running a zone because of they had defensive liabilities, and he would still get blown by.
It was crazy.
It was awful.
He would step up, and we just pass over to the guy that.
Also, Ant has at this point in his career, has kind of mastered double teams.
Oh,
it's so nice to see.
So good.
Because he was struggling early in the year.
And we have a good team for the double. Like, Rudy Gobert, you throw it up to him, give it to Mike Conley. Mike Conley just throw that right up to Rudy.
Yeah. And usually our role players will hit threes. Not shoot 40%.
We have a perfectly built team around Ant.
Then that's a prime example of them being mentally connected together as a team, because to beat stuff like that at that high of a level, you have to be on the same page at the whole time, and everyone knows the reads. The reason why Ant's been so good on the double team, everyone's there and ready to receive the pass and to reset, and just it's great to see. I love it as a basketball fan.
Rudy Gobert, I love you. I'm sorry for anything I said about you. I do Julius Randle.
Legacy
love
game.
You too.
Yeah, Julius, I've said a lot of bad things about him this year.
We've all hated
We all have.
Not personally.
Yeah,
I think he seems like a good dude.
Oh, you know, he's a really great guy.
His game, I was just so out on. But he's ever since he's come back from his injury.
Yep, he's been amazing. He's been so good. I'll play with LeBron in the series too. It was great.
Well, and Dante, I mean, he played like a playoff performer. He did bad the first couple games, but the last couple when we needed him to make shots.
What I love about Dante,
he closed it out, which was solid.
Yeah,
he had good defense. Yeah.
What I love about Dante is he's
shots.
one of those guys. If his shot's not falling, he's still out doing things on the
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah, he's not playing himself
currently,
off the floor,
Mike Conley is not doing things on the floor for us if he's not hitting shots.
No, exactly. Yeah, and Dante can.
Dante, you could have him out there even if he's struggling.
Steals in game 4.
Yeah, if he's shooting poorly.
In game 5, Dante, I mean, he was making shots. Like he hit his shots that we needed him to make, and it was perfect.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Jaden McDaniels.
Oh yeah, he's a bucket.
Has
He's
arrived.
so
he
good.
knows what he's doing.
He's
That
officially
first
here.
game when he dropped 30,
Oh,
he
man.
looked like
Dude, I love.
BK's favorite
He
player.
has such a weird like
Mr. Durant.
stoic edge. Like he's such a like shit talker.
Yeah.
But he doesn't like have any emotions.
No, he
So
never
he's
says
just
anything.
nonchalant.
Like nothing
Riz
rattles
right
him.
there, bro.
Then he just punches walls all of a sudden. Like, boom.
Yeah, don't punch the walls.
Or Rudy Gobert. Or Kyle Anderson. Remember that fight last
Oh
year?
man.
Oh yeah, dude. Rudy, shout out Rudy again. You guys talked about it. His best game of his career, pretty much. I would say. I don't know.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
the
it
best.
had
One of
his
the
best
best
had
games.
the
For sure.
It was
Yeah.
the highest stakes for sure. Like they said on the broadcast, I remember it was his first like 20-point game since like with the Jazz, or so maybe one game with the Timberwolves.
Like in the playoffs?
In the
20
playoffs.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
playoffs, the first 20-plus games since.
Also,
the
Reggie Miller, just really quick, I thought this was funny. On the broadcast, he goes, "When's the last time Rudy Gobert's dropped 20 points?"
Okay, so
It
fun
was a
fact
week
about that.
before the series
I
started.
went to that game.
Yeah.
I went to the game when he had a
Did you actually?
career high 35 points.
Really?
Hey.
Yes, against the Nets.
Was I there? Was I with you?
Was that you?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Dude, what's up, bro?
That's good. That's so
Look
sick.
at that. We,
I don't even know who I was there with. I forgot.
I was like, I thought a good Rudy game recently.
Dude, we did. That was yes.
Yeah, I remember that now.
that is
We
awesome.
said that too. We're like, dude, when's the last time he had it? And we looked it up in the bleachers.
Wasn't
the
he a
stands.
point away from his career high? Or
I
something
think he
like that?
matched it.
Or he matched
He
it.
was one away from breaking it.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to a different series.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, we can gloss over it. So Thunder just obliterated the Grizz.
They're
Yeah.
so good.
I
They're so
watched
good.
one of those games.
Yep.
I don't care about
I
the
barely watched.
Yeah, I watched game one and said I'll not watch another game.
Yeah, same.
And I'm not.
I think
I got a story about
I-
this series.
I tuned into the game the Grizzlies were winning, and then Lou Dort destroyed Ja, and Ja landed on the ground, was hurt, was out for the series. They had no chance after that.
So
they had
as-
no chance before.
As these guys know, two things. I like to jinx stuff, and I'm a gambling man. I may or may not have put down a bet on the Thunder to win that game when they were up by 25 points. I put down a bet right after Ja got hurt. I didn't even know about it.
Oh,
Ja got hurt. I put down the bet just to win like a free, like it was like $20. Like I thought it was free because there's no way that the Thunder were up 25 and there's an 80% chance they were gonna win. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm taking the Grizzlies. I watched that game on my real app slowly go down and down and down. When it was an 11-point game, I turned it off. I knew it was over.
Oh,
when the
it's so
when the
bad.
Thunder were up or when the Thunder were down 11, I knew I lost because I knew they were gonna come back.
Yeah.
It's over.
so you put money on the Grizzlies? to
Correct.
win
I
that
put
game?
money on the Grizzlies.
Yeah, when they were up by 20.
Yeah, when they were up by 25. Oh my gosh, see,
That is brutal.
That is
Also-
really brutal.
I mean, we can keep talking about that series. I had a funny thought because we have a Heat fan.
Oh yeah.
and
Those
the
Oh,
Heat-
the Heat
that
suck.
last
That's
game.
all we have to say about the series.
Historically-
They did
The
not
1-8.
play as they should have. The Cavs shot lights out.
It was a 1-8
I mean,
matchup.
It was a
yeah,
1-8.
it was a 1-8.
It was a
Hero
10.
looked great on offense until the last
It was
game.
2-7.
I mean,
Yeah, it was 2-7.
No, it was
it was
1-8.
1-8.
1-8.
Celtics
Cavs
are-
Celtics were the two.
Celtics
Yeah,
are two.
Cavs were the
If-
one seed. The Heat were really a 10 seed.
Yeah, that's what I
But-
was saying.
They
The-
made
They,
playoffs.
they just did play how they were playing in the play.
They historically had the worst series of all time.
I'm not surprised. It looked like it. Yeah.
The game 4 was bad.
Oh, I watched
awful.
the first quarter.
I looked
And
at
like
the
2
scores
minutes
like
of the second, and I turned it off.
95. Yeah, 95.
I was like, this team
55.
does not warrant my attention anymore.
But what was their record? 37-40 something to go.
Yeah, they
in?
had no business being in the
there's-
playoffs.
that's like one of the examples of the play-in. Like the play-in, most people love it. Like I don't know anyone out here who
was a lot of fun.
really hates the play-in. Most people love it. Most people are neutral or good about it. I don't know anyone who really hates the play-in. So those few haters out there could do a little bit of a lap saying, "Oh, the Heat didn't deserve their 37-win team. They got smoked." Well, maybe the Cavs are really good too.
Yeah, the Cavs are
Right.
really good. I mean, the Heat in game 2 almost came back and beat them.
I do think the Cavs are very much slept on right now.
Yeah, they
I mean,
make so many
For sure.
threes. It was so annoying to watch. All the role players, Sam Merrill, Ty Jerome,
They have
Max
so many
Strus.
shot makers.
DeAndre Hunter was splashing contested threes. Donovan Mitchell and Garland.
Yeah.
And then you have Mobley and
Jared Allen.
Jared Allen.
That team's
down low, like,
loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know why I thought you were going to win.
Yeah, dude. Speaking of the East had some bloodbaths, some crazy finishes, some dads on the courts
Yeah.
waving stuff.
man.
We can talk about Pacers Bucks. That Pacers Bucks series finished up a lot quicker than we all expected. I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think we
Yeah.
all predicted 6 or 7.
I think I said Pacers in 6.
and you're the closest, right?
Yeah.
Did they win in 5?
Yeah, they won a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But I think
Lillard
Lillard was
didn't
gonna
even
get
play
hurt.
hardly.
Yeah. he didn't
Well,
really-
and then
yeah.
shout out, hope he's fine, but it looked like an Achilles, right?
Achilles.
It's a confirmed Achilles tear, yeah.
At 35 years old, like.
He said he's gonna be back.
And he just came off a blood clot
Correct.
thing too.
So, so he basically has to hope to be a KD.
Yeah,
Tear your Achilles
essentially,
and come
yeah.
back.
But his
and
game
still be
doesn't
good.
like.
He's not like KD.
KD has the
no.
natural advantage of still being 6'11".
Correct.
Yep.
That's why I'm a little more worried for
Yeah.
him.
I am very worried.
Dame does not have that advantage.
So I know it's kind of off topic, but where does Giannis? Like, what do you think is going to be in Giannis's future here?
I think he gets traded to OKC. They have so much draft capital that they can do whatever they want.
Would they
They
prefer
could.
him or Durant? Because they're both
It's
probably
gotta
available.
be Giannis. I mean, Giannis
would-
is so much
yeah.
more.
I know, but he's gonna be
grand.
more expensive.
And
I mean, at
yeah,
that point, I
agree.
mean, if you're Sam Presti, you have how many picks in the next few years?
Yeah, I
They
think
just send him 7 first-round picks,
the
and
only
you'll be fine.
the only way they trade too though is like they can't if they win the championship this year they're not making a trade.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's why also the game tonight will be very interesting because if Warriors win and
I saw the
Rockets
Warriors.
lose, Rockets are prime suitor for both or one of the two, KD
Yeah.
Giannis.
Or
Yeah.
Zion too.
and
I've heard.
you never know. Like,
Anyone.
the Rockets are legit, and you can tell by
They're always
watching them
rumored kind of
them
with the
play.
stars.
Watch them play.
Yeah.
It just feels like they're just missing that one
They
guy.
need
Yeah.
they
There's
need a
that
main
one
guy.
Dude,
big guy
Jalen
they
Green
need.
is a double agent.
Yeah.
He's not he's not playing for the Rockets right now.
Yeah.
He's playing for the Warriors.
He's playing against them.
yeah.
He's awesome.
We want to talk about that series since we just
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
let's
little
do
bit.
that one. Well, let's get to that one
At the end.
Yeah, it's a game
Let's-
7,
yeah.
so
I mean, Celtics against the
Celtics,
Magic, blow them out.
We
They
don't
won
need
in
to-
five.
I didn't watch a
No.
single game of that
Yeah, I
series.
didn't.
So I don't
They
know.
I
won in
watched the
5.
ends of a few.
The
Doesn't
Knicks
matter.
Pistons. That was a
That was
close
inter- that was
series.
entertaining.
Right?
That was
Yeah.
a play away from going to a game 7 though.
It was, yeah.
There were several close
Tim Hardaway got
end
fouled.
games where the Knicks just clutched up at the end and won. Like it just shows the veteran presence. Like
Brunson.
Pistons were right there the
Yeah.
whole series.
There's a lot of good young, interesting teams now, which is fun.
Well, the East has a lot of young teams. Yeah, the West is peaking right now.
Yeah.
The East.
I mean, the
think in-
Rockets, I'd say, are young.
Well,
Thunder are young.
Clippers are probably done.
Wolves. Clippers
Yeah.
are toast.
That series,
the-
yep, that
the-
just
that
ended
was good.
yesterday. Clippers Nuggets.
I thought for sure Clippers are winning that series. By the way,
I thought so too. I thought they were the better team.
I think the Clippers were a better team, but it's just simply Jokic and the Denver players consistently elevating out of nowhere.
Aaron Gordon.
Like
played
Aaron
amazing.
Gordon's just such a
Russell-
bizarre player.
He's
Russell
so good in the
Westbrook,
playoffs.
Game 7.
Westbrook played well.
Westbrook, crazy.
I love his
awesome.
dunk.
dude,
Teed
imagine
up.
imagine somehow the Nuggets beat the Thunder, and
So-
then Western Conference Finals is Wolves Nuggets.
Dude, that's
We're
like
doing-
cinema.
next.
That's
Yeah, I'm
cinema.
talking about the next episode. Yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Dude, that whole thing, the Clippers finally had everything go right for a year because obviously they're one of I've liked them for a bit. I've always liked
What team
Kawhi,
don't you
some
like?
of them.
Oh.
The teams I don't like are usually the Celtics.
Yeah,
and all
good.
that. I've
All
always liked the
Celtics.
Clippers. I like Katie and Kawhi, so I would casually watch Kawhi a little bit.
James Harden though in Game
And I like
7,
James
like
Harden.
you
He is
cannot
not
do that.
better than Dwayne Wade. I never ever want to hear that on Twitter ever again.
And to be
That
fair,
is
none of us watched the game.
disgraceful.
None of us watched Game 7. But just
They need
looking
to.
at the box score, I saw that. I wish I could say I was surprised, but I wasn't. I mean,
I
he's
was
just-
surprised.
I was surprised by them.
He's always like that though in
differences.
Game
I know,
7.
but the
Yeah.
Clippers.
Game 6.
Oh, I was surprised at the score. I was
Oh.
surprised James Harden had a bad.
Yeah,
That's what I was.
that's what I'm saying.
I
Yeah.
knew he was gonna have a bad game.
But I thought
Like-
the Clippers had so many guys. I was like,
Yeah.
they're not just gonna lose by 20,
Yeah,
Yeah, that was surprising.
and then they did.
But that it went to 7. I mean, most of us predicted 6 or 7.
I think
Clippers
I said
in 7.
Do I say Clippers in 7 or did I say
I
6?
don't think
I
none
think-
of us had anyone in 5.
I don't know
So-
what I had.
I might have had Nuggets in 7 actually. I think I did.
Run that back.
You-
Wait,
we
we'll,
can
hear,
see.
We'll see.
we'll hear the noise if Derek was right.
There you go.
I don't know.
If not, you guys can go. All of our videos are listed in season 2 on the PEMDAS podcast playlist.
The podcast
So
playlist.
feel free to take a look at all that.
Did
But-
we miss any in the first round?
So
We did
let me
miss
think about the
one.
bracket. The 1 and 8 we talked about.
2, 7.
Oh, Warriors and Rockets.
Warriors
and
and
Rockets.
Rockets.
Oh, no, so
That's,
well, yeah.
that's the last.
That's the last
that-
one
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
And personally, I would say it's at Houston, so I'm gonna take the Rockets. I think I really am. I think the Rockets got it in them. They're a young
Come back
team.
from a 3-1.
I think they're gonna do it.
I think the Warriors are gonna win. I think Curry's gonna have close to 40. If he doesn't have over 25, they're gonna get smoked. But I think Curry will have a legacy Curry game, and he's gonna carry them.
I have a crazy agenda I'm pushing here that I'm gonna talk about after these
Yeah.
two guys.
So I'll go next. I actually think that the Rockets can win tonight, and I'm gonna double down and say they will.
Oh, let's go!
remember last time? Remember last time me and Derek both doubled down and bet it was the Hawks Heat, and we were wrong. We were wrong within 20 or like an hour.
Davian Mitchell.
We couldn't even post it
Derek,
before we
Tyler
were wrong.
Shuck, Rolf is always correct.
So maybe Derek has fixed it with his Tyler Shuck geniusness.
And the Lakers, we had Lakers.
We had Lakers. So if you're a Warriors fan,
Do you know ball?
The best thing for you was us doing this.
Yes, it was.
But I guess we'll see. I do think the Rockets have what it takes. We'll see. Go ahead, Gordy.
Salzman should go. It's such a close game to me.
Yeah,
It's in Houston.
It is,
So-
correct, yep.
But I don't think Houston's a massive like advantage. I don't think their crowd is like
Yeah.
because it's their first year being good again. Jalen Green, they have too many variables too. Like it makes it so hard to predict the Rockets on a game by game basis.
Yeah.
Dylan Brooks, Jalen Green,
I gotta say-
Fred VanVleet are
Fred
all streaky
VanVleet.
players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sengun's
solid.
Sengun's he's almost a
Sengun
star.
is my favorite.
He's
one
like
of my favorite young
he's probably a
players.
star.
He's such a beast.
We
Yeah,
made
I
the
think
All-Star
he's a
team
star.
last
Yeah,
year, right?
he's a star.
He needs some help. If he gets spacing,
Yeah.
like if Jalen Green can actually do something, it helps
Yeah.
Sengun's game
Easton's
out.
good.
Tari Easton's solid.
Jabari
They
Smith
have-
is a solid.
Dude,
he's number
and
one overall.
all these guys
or
are
number
good
3
players.
Or whatever.
All
Yeah.
the are
Yeah.
defensive players.
They
All
just
these guys are
don't.
good defensive players, and they're a tough team. They're a dirty team a little bit. Dylan Brooks.
Yeah.
So think about
Yeah.
the Warriors. They got Draymond, Curry, and Butler. And then after that,
it.
they have
Nobody.
That's
And
it.
Jimmy
Post-
Butler is like a.
People say
sometimes he's
pause.
trying, sometimes he's not, because he's kind of
Yeah.
older. He has to like limit himself.
Playoff
So-
Jimmy though.
So my crazy take is, and I just think this is gonna happen. Total. If the Rockets win, my whole thing's done. Giannis is out of the playoffs in the first round. LeBron's out. Luka's out.
Katie didn't make it.
KD's out. Curry would be out.
Kawhi's out.
Kawhi's out. Harden's out. Butler's out. The only guys that are in it that are like
From the
superstars
older
or have been
teams?
superstars
Yeah.
are Jokic,
Al Horford.
SGA.
Al Horford. SGA is still young. He's fine. And
He's talking about like
if-
older.
Oh, like
I think
yeah,
it's
gotcha.
Westbrook, who's basically like we know he's kind of
He's like a
He's a role
player.
player.
Yeah, 6 man. Yeah.
And Jokic, I'd say, is a current star. He's not a former star. So
No, he's kind of in the middle, but
Yeah,
yeah.
so-
yeah, the old gen.
He'd be
what
on.
older superstars are going to still be in the playoffs besides Al Horford
Well, he's not even a star. I was joking.
No, dude.
and Rudy Gobert,
No,
and the
Gobert.
4-time Defensive Player of the Year,
Better than Shaq
and
at
Mike
defense.
Conley.
Jokic will be Unk in all that.
No, that's
That's
what
just
I mean.
Genuinely,
Like,
yeah.
it'll be the youngest. Well, Tatum
Is it-
might
he's
have
only
the
19.
most playoff experience.
Yeah.
Tatum and Brown.
Yeah.
They're probably
They've
have
been to
most
so
playoff
much.
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just kind of.
Am I missing
then
someone?
you get to
Donovan Mitchell, kind of, but he's like Jokic.
That's what I mean, though. Mitchell,
he's younger than Jokic.
Halliburton, Tatum, Ant. It would be like Fred VanVleet.
Yeah.
in
Obi Toppin.
if that happens in the next
King
when
Julius.
the next few years, we're going steady on this podcast, doing amazing.
That'd be a crazy take.
Will we
yeah.
look back to the summer of 2025 as the official
The turning
changing,
point, yeah.
changing of the
From the
guard?
NBA.
Yeah.
Because you could also do the excuse of, just the teams overall are better. Maybe the stars aren't as good as the old guys, but I don't know what you've been watching, man.
like, it
These
is. It's
guys
different, man.
they're here.
They're-
Ant is here. Shea
Ant's
is
here.
here.
Yeah.
Tatum is here.
Like, we always thought that, like, Anthony Davis and Kyrie and Devin Booker's younger than those guys, but we always assumed, like, they're the next ones up, like, they're so young, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They're going to come up behind KD. Well, KD and LeBron and Curry have been good for so long that these younger guys, like, they don't even... Devin Booker, 30 years old? Is he?
He's
like
29.
29?
He's
29,
29, 28. 30.
Kyrie's 32?
Yeah, around there. Just towards ACL, too.
Yeah.
Well,
Damian Lillard, we said he was, like, he's going to be, like, not the next
35.
30, but he's going to
Well,
be, like, you know, kind of
yeah, the
in
funny
that
part
era.
is like we'll look at this as fans of the sport in decades. Like there was supposed to be a changing in the guard probably 5 to 8 years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
Because that's how the NBA would always go. But the longevity of LeBron, Steph, KD just outlasted
Oh, yeah.
everything, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, dude, it's been crazy. So to see, they're so old now. Like it's like the tweet where like, oh, LeBron's 30.
Yeah.
This won't
How
keep
much longer
going
can
on.
this
How
keep
much longer
going
can this
on?
keep going on? I think we can say
It's over.
it's almost over.
It
It's
is
almost
over.
over.
It's
almost
LeBron is
almost
cooked.
over. Steph still has some more legs. KD, I still think, has more legs. LeBron is old. He's been in it for so long, bro. 2003.
If
Yeah.
we, he is
I don't
good
know
on
NBA
his team and he
without
can't
LeBron.
even
Yeah.
win a first round game, he's got
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he didn't take over, and like you said, he doesn't have the ability to take over.
But did you think
series
he
anymore.
played poorly in the series?
And when it
I thought he
mattered
still
most,
played
he was
great.
horrible in the last last two fourth
Dude,
quarters.
oh no, we played like a
He had
top
two-
40 player in the
he had
league.
two back
Oh,
Which
no.
I think he's not as like.
I think
He's the
as high
most
as
scrutinized
people-
player
yeah.
ever.
I think he was probably the second best player in the series. If you look at the totality of it, I think
yeah.
he was probably the second best player in the series.
I would
he's
say
40.
so also.
I would not say so.
I
I
think
honestly
Luka
think
had a
Julius
little
trying to
bit.
outplay him. I'm not even trying
No,
to
that's
roll.
not true. Julius had 7 turnovers in game 1.
That's not a bad take, actually. I would
Yeah,
say.
was that crazy?
I think Julius and Ant are the only two that you could say.
No.
LeBron's the best player in the league.
I still think it was LeBron. Julius had a bad game
Luke
1.
is better than LeBron.
But LeBron had a
the
better
series?
series.
We're just talking about series performance. It's LeBron.
I know Luka's better.
Luka had higher
Okay.
highs
You
in the
said
series,
LeBron's
but he
better.
had worse
But-
lows.
Yeah.
LeBron was better in the series.
LeBron was more consistent in the series. So
Dude,
you
and
But
can-
was he
Holy-
consistent in the last two fourth quarters?
Who was on the Lakers?
no one was in the fourth quarter on the Lakers.
Bro,
Oh.
I have a conspiracy theory, and it stems from the fact that Lakers fans build 1,000 excuses for all their players. Was Luka sick, or did he just like get hungover?
Oh my.
Because
I-
nobody else got sick.
They will never. I agree.
I don't
they
even
will
know.
never.
Food poisoning.
That's
They said a stomach bug. I don't know what it was.
That's like the yeah, it was
Oh.
a stomach bug. That they'll never come out with that. Obviously, for with how scrutinized Luka is, how much crap he would get and the entire world would give him.
Yeah.
But there's always a chance, man. When these players get these random like little things, I've talked to current NBA players all the time on the phone. They're texting me all the time, telling me about if you see this injury on this injury report, it's definitely hangover or someone had something. So it could have been. And just you think about it. How often do you guys get the stomach flu? How often are you guys sick?
I haven't had the stomach flu since I was a child.
Yeah, and like not all of us are like
In college,
we're not
every year.
NBA player conditioning.
The second
bro.
day of the second
So
semester every year.
Getting
That's
sick.
random.
Getting
I usually get
sick
like every year.
It was
Once
like
a
the
year.
second the last 3 years
Once
of
every 2
college, I got
years.
just like a bad flu the second day of the second like semester for 3 years straight.
Wow,
Because
Luke-
all,
so it's
my
like once
clock-
a year.
Lucas
So-
Like my
sympathizer.
senior
Yep.
year, I was like, okay, I know this is gonna happen, and it did happen.
But the odds of
wild.
that happening, yeah.
Can we?
That's why I just, like, got back to
we
school.
didn't give our official. Me and Sazman did not give our official
Yeah.
Rockets.
Oh, I like kind of did it. I was like, I think Curry's gonna drop close to 40.
He said
and take
Warriors,
over.
yeah.
So you said Warriors?
I think Warriors, yeah.
Dude, I genuinely, it's so close to me.
It's a coin flip. I think
I'm gonna go Warriors. I just think the Rockets inexperience. I mean, Jalen Green. It looks like he has no confidence out there right now.
Yeah.
I think that just they're not gonna have enough spacing to
now.
continue this.
As a Wolves fan, what is your preferred choice? Not what is going to happen.
Warriors is my preferred
So-
choice.
Rockets. I think it would be
Warriors.
either but Rockets.
As for media attention and for storylines, I would want Warriors.
Yeah.
For
I want
pure,
Ant to beat
pure
Curry, too.
for pure
be
winning
cool.
purposes, Rockets, T-Wolves. I think
Yeah.
T-Wolves win
If we're
that
saying
easy.
who do I think Wolves can beat more, I think the Wolves will have a better chance against the Rockets.
Yeah.
But for storylines, we get home court
And home
advantage.
court.
Also,
That's
yes,
that's big.
for that reason, also, I have the game 1 tickets through the season
Yeah.
package. We
Yeah.
get game 1, so that'd be really cool if it's the Warriors. If it's the
Yeah.
Rockets, it's game 3. So game 1 would be
And
super
the
cool.
Warriors
Yeah.
have a lot of issues. They have still no depth, no size.
Yeah,
They
Jimmy's
don't trust
Jimmy's
anybody.
banged up, Curry's banged up.
Yep. They got guys who are injured and they're like clearly tired. Curry looked
Yeah.
tired in the last game.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite. I think the Rockets are going to win, but I want the Warriors because I think they're going to be banged up and
Yeah.
they're going to run out of gas. by
I
the
think
time
it would
we
be
get 'em.
both, but yeah, I see your
Yeah.
What I will say though, with this upcoming second round, it seems like the general consensus. I would like to hear if anyone disagrees, but the general consensus
Comment.
is the Celtics, Cavs, Thunder, and then the Wolves are all expected to cruise in their series. That's what I've heard.
I've kind of heard that too.
I
Like,
think
it's
the
almost
Wolves
like
one's
a
close.
close
So
I think
layup,
the
people
Wolves
are
one's
saying.
going to be the hardest
I
one.
think that's
Yeah.
a homer
People
one a
would
little bit.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Is
I think the
there-
national media still kind of hates us.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they hold a grudge.
Yeah.
I do think if the Warriors win tonight, then that series people will take a lot
Yes.
more serious.
If the Rockets win,
people don't
then the
respect
Big
the
Four.
Rockets
Yeah.
that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which is interesting because, like, is it that easy? Is the
and I don't
sports
think it's ever
world
been that easy.
is it supposed to be this easy? No, but if the March Madness chalk, NFL was kind of chalk. If you guys started
has
to notice,
recently
I
it's
think
been
Commanders are
sports
cool,
world,
but for the most part,
Like
yeah.
Sports
Chiefs
world
won
has been
2 in a
chalk.
row, then the Eagles. UConn won 2 in a row. Then it was who was it this
The
year?
Gators.
Florida. That was random,
Yeah.
but they were number 1 seed.
Yeah.
So
Like
is it that
NBA.
easy? So let's get into it. What do we think? So the Thunder got the Nuggets coming off of a Game 7. Personally,
Thunder have been resting for like
the
2
Thunder
weeks.
have
Yeah.
been waiting for them licking their chops. They probably were
And they're resting
thinking
during
about
the
it.
regular season too.
I can start with that one.
What do you think?
I'm gonna go Thunder, and I'm gonna go Thunder in 7 games.
A long series.
If they go to 7.
I do because I wanted to say 6, but I don't think the Thunder can beat the Nuggets in a game 6 when the Nuggets have their backs against the wall at home.
Yeah.
I don't think the Thunder can go in there and win it.
I think that's fair.
And I don't think they're gonna win it in 5 because Jokic doesn't want to pass the torch. He
See,
wants
now
to be the
there's where you
number 1
lost
guy.
me.
Oh.
I got Thunder in 5.
You did?
The Nuggets still.
I also have Thunder.
The Nuggets have 6 players they actually think are good. It's like you can't win playoff series.
I know.
with that.
And
Yeah.
they're exhausted too.
Yeah. And one of them's Russell Westbrook, who's so up and down.
He's gonna be out to kill though. OKC.
Yeah, I mean, also I
Not
think
really.
Jamal Murray's gonna be in hell. They have
Jamal
so
Murray's gonna
many
be rough.
good wing defenders that are just gonna
Jokic is going
consistently
to
being shuffled on
bully
him.
Cheddar box in the paint.
Jokic is gonna have an all-time great series, but
They
I don't
got-
think it's gonna matter.
They have Hartenstein and they have Chet.
But compared to Zubac,
That's
I
good
think he's
defense.
just gonna-
That's good
They
defense in the
haven't.
middle.
The Thunder have not won a playoffs. I'll let BK say this first, but Thunder haven't won a good playoff series since KD has been there. So.
Yeah, but you say the same thing about the Wolves, and they made it to the Western Conference Finals last year. Eventually, these teams will pop.
Yeah, the Thunder do.
I think
Sadly,
this series, since it's so obvious to everyone, it's not going to make much sense. So, with that being said,
That's fair.
I've got the Thunder in 6, winning a closeout game in Denver in the worst atmosphere,
A mile in
elevation-wise,
there. Yeah.
because it won't make any sense. I think the storyline will be Thunder will go up early, probably go up 2-0. Nuggets will get 2 in a row at home. Everyone will be freaking out like, oh my.
You think Nuggets are getting 2?
Let's just think.
home?
Let's
Oh,
just
yeah.
talk hypotheticals here. I think the coolest thing would be Thunder go into Denver. It's 3-2, and Jokic has to beat them to force a game 7, and somehow the Thunder close it out in Denver, game 6. I got Thunder.
Could
6.
happen. Yeah.
It's not
I
impossible.
think that'd be cool. That's what I want to see. It'd be funny and cool.
So we all got Thunder though.
Yeah, Thunder.
We all got
Yeah.
Thunder.
Yeah, I got
You
Thunder.
say the Wolves for last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go
Yeah.
Celtics and let's go Cavs and Pacers.
Yeah.
That starts
the game that
today.
starts in an hour.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll say.
Pacers
is
win
for
game 1.
General overview.
Whoa! Wow,
Nice
that's
take.
I
Go
like
ahead.
that.
Go ahead.
In
Pacers
Cleveland.
win game 1 in Cleveland.
Wow.
With how big the Cavs have won by, that would shock a lot of people.
I know, but you
And the
gotta
rest
remember
of
the
that.
NBA playoffs does not make sense sometimes. And I love Rick Carlisle, and I love that Pacers offense, baby.
I do think that offense. We were talking. I said, will we look back on the Pacers run as like an outlier, dude? I'm sorry.
I
Dude,
thought
they
it
are
was.
fun to watch.
Yeah.
That is a great.
Yeah.
That is a great offense to watch.
I like Tyrese.
I like Siakam too, bro.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
them both.
He's been slept on his whole career.
He wasn't gonna be a priest. He was in
Who's gonna be a priest?
Yeah, he was gonna be a priest in Africa.
Well, now I'm
And
praying to
then-
him, bro.
Yo. But I do think this series will be pretty fun. I'll predict. I'll do Cavs in 7. I do think they can string it out actually. And with how unbeatable they've looked, I do think Pacers will shock some people. I got Cavs in 7.
Hey, BK, get those
no.
lips ready to be kissed.
Oh
No
I
way.
got Pacers in 7 as well. Oh, yeah.
No way.
Wow.
I'm gonna be honest. I meant to say.
I was gonna say, I'm like, why are we kissing
I know.
if we're
Yeah, I was like,
the
what?
opposite in game
We're
7.
enemies. We're enemies for game
Nah, I
7.
meant
We
to
can't
say
be kissing.
gas.
Can't be kissing.
That's right. I just see the face. I'll run the face. I'll zoom in on my face in the video.
Oh man.
I made a weird. I was like, shit. What did I say?
You know what?
I
also got Pacers. I was like, what?
Yeah, so you said 7, so I was like, okay, you're gonna just say Cavs and 7. Bro said Pacers.
No, I meant Cavs. Sorry,
Are
Cavs
you
7.
sure? You don't want to own up the Pacers?
No, I don't think the Pacers
Oh,
will win the series.
yeah.
I think they're good. They're not ready to beat the Cavs. Cavs have too many
Yeah.
shot makers off the bench, dude.
They do. Sasma?
I think it would be Cavs in 6.
Oh,
Cavs in 6 for
I
Derek.
think Cavs in 6.
I like Cavs
because
in 6.
They've had so much rest as well, and they didn't even try against the Heat. So I think they'll be well rested. I mean, the Pacers also are well rested, kind of, but not the same as the Cavs are. And the Cavs are just so much better. They're shooting hot. Yeah, they're just so good.
You know, Donovan Mitchell, he's pretty underrated in the whole NBA media, I think.
Yeah.
Like, even when he was on the Utah Jazz, he was winning playoff series or making the playoffs as a high seed. Like, he's never not made the playoffs. I don't think he's made the playoffs every year of his career.
That would, yeah, sounds right.
I mean, and he's always like in the second round. He just got to get over that hump, and I think that
Yeah.
this is the year that he's
It
got
was the
the
same
team to
issue
do
with
it.
like Rudy. Same
Yeah,
team.
yeah, it was. Mike Conley,
Yeah.
same guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe
I
Ingles.
think this is the year that he kind of takes that leap. He makes the conference
Derek
finals. Yeah, he makes the conference finals. So kind of look at him in a little, like a Devin Booker type of way, where now he has some playoff success.
Yeah.
He gets a little steam. But
I agree. So yeah, we all agree on the Cavs. So again, kind of what we foreshadowed. The main everyone expects. We have not deviated from the main media.
Well, I
and
almost did
consensus.
on
We
accident.
almost. Gordy did on
On
accident. He got too excited. It's okay. But we'll get into the Celtics now. Celtics Knicks.
Yep.
That series.
this one's a little more interesting, I think.
You think so?
Not for me,
I actually
man.
don't.
You guys don't?
I've got Celtics in 5, my friend. I think the Celtics are a juggernaut. Watching them
Celtics
play,
are
they are
sadly
so
so
good. So
I
good.
hate them, but they're so good.
I've got them in 5. I want to hear what y'all have to say, and then I'll rebuttal.
Hey, BK, let's get a room.
Oh no!
Because I got Celtics in 5.
Let's go.
Let's go.
We're picking everything.
Let's go. We're twins here.
Yeah, dude, the thing about, like, so the Knicks are such an interesting team. Every time I watch them on offense, it just seems like they're making it up as they go. And
Yeah.
it usually works. But, like, I think with a team like the Celtics, they have so many guys that are just so versatile.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
It's like, and they get so many threes up.
Yeah.
And they really like to play fast.
And they love experience, too.
Yeah, and I just think, like, the Knicks, you got the Tom Thibodeau play everybody 1,000 minutes. You got Karl
That's
Anthony
what's gonna be
Towns.
the problem.
Yeah.
Cat is so up and down in the playoffs still.
And
he had
they don't run
okay
plays for him
season.
either, so he sits in the corner for a whole quarter and goes cold.
Yeah, and then Brunson saves them. That is like what happened a little bit.
Towns doesn't play-
the refs.
Towns doesn't play well against Porzingis either. Like he's in his career, he's had some struggles against him. So
That's crazy. Tingus Pingus.
Tingus Pingus.
Yeah.
I like the Celtics, but I think it'll go to 6 games.
6 games?
Yeah.
So I will be joining you guys
In the
in the
yeah,
room.
yeah.
Celtics at 5.
Let's
I
go.
hate this outcome. It pains me to say that.
Room
but
for
yeah,
3.
I just, the Knicks squeaked past the Pistons. They really did. Like,
They
they
kinda
definitely could
did,
have gone to
yeah.
Game 7. They definitely could have lost that too.
Yep.
So
They
if
just
it-
have
if
no
it was
bench.
Yeah,
They
they
have
have no bench. And
bench.
if it was the Pistons, we'd say Celtics in 4.
Oh, 100%.
I think the Knicks
And they
have one of the
barely beat
best.
Or maybe
Pistons.
Celtics. in
So we're
5
all.
together.
This is a chalk.
So that's what
Yeah.
that's what I was kind of getting into. It seems
It's
like
not
it's
gonna
chalk,
be.
and I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah, it's not for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
It could be.
Like,
Yeah.
and I have a sneaky suspicion as we get into the T-Wolves next series, we'll probably tend to agree.
Dude, we should line this up on the if we can line it up with like
with a bracket.
pictures on each side.
Yeah, I
like,
got you.
My pick, we could have that too.
Yes.
And you guys can screenshot this when we all are correct. on
And then
each one
after
of
you're
our
done
picks.
screenshotting, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
So
go.
with how similar we've been, and we'll get after we finish the T-Wolves, we can confirm it. But I think we all are just kind of waiting to fast forward to
We are.
the conference championships
Yeah.
with who we
little
expect to
bit,
win. But
Dude,
that's what the NBA. So the NBA is supposed to mess around and give us a little bit of scares. So we'll see how that ends up.
So let's say hypothetically the Warriors win tonight. What do you guys think? Are the Wolves going to beat the Warriors?
Yeah. Yeah, I said the Warriors lose to the Wolves.
Because the Wolves have home court advantage.
Yes.
I think the Wolves win it.
and against the Warriors, I'd give them.
That actually might be.
The issue is 6
That's
is always
scary.
tough.
I know.
Yeah,
That's
six
actually-
is tough.
I don't want to say 7 games, but it
Because
might be.
But it might be 4.
I know it's what it could be 4.
It actually could be 4.
Yeah.
I think Wolves in 5.
My gut says
I
Wolves
do.
in 5, but I think it'll be Wolves in 6. I think we'll get a
Dude.
Curry game, and I think
Yeah.
we'll get a Jimmy game.
Yeah, that's what I'm
And
worried
that's
about
gonna
too.
be so tough
Curry
to
will
watch.
have at least one game where he's insane.
Yep.
Yep.
And like
Curry's
nothing we
gonna
do
get
is
a-
gonna stop him.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy, if he gets healthy again, we'll have his playoff Jimmy moment.
Jimmy does not
And it's
scare
just-
me at all.
Jimmy will have something happen to him where he's not going to play one game in Minnesota. I don't know what game it's going to be.
Dude, if he doesn't play the whole series in
Bro.
Minnesota, that'd be the funniest
That
thing.
would be
ever.
so-
Something's going to happen.
if
Something's
you're
gonna
right,
happen.
Yeah.
someone's gonna find you.
Dude, I'm telling you.
What are you
there's
What are
something
you
that-
saying is gonna happen?
By the way, for
I-
anyone unaware, really quick, Jimmy Butler barely ever plays when he's playing in Minnesota. He's always a way for him to not be playing, and I'm not saying it's like he's scared.
It's
Yeah.
cursed.
Or he'll be
It
It
playing,
just conveniently happens.
or he'll be
Yeah.
playing, but something's going to be wrong, like in the game. I don't want to force or like hope injury, but I think there's going to be something that goes on with Jimmy just because he's been banged up the whole year. And we're a pretty physical team, like with Julius and with Gobert. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
I could see something going wrong with Jimmy because he attacks the lane.
And he honestly has to play big for them.
And that's what I mean. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
going to have to play the power forward.
He has to
position.
get rebounds. He has to like be physical,
I
and
could
that's
yeah.
a lot to ask of a how old is he? 35, 34?
I could see him banged up by Game 5.
Yeah.
And maybe missing Game 5 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the Warriors win and it's Wolves Warriors, I also have Wolves in 6. I really like how the Wolves have shown how they play on the road. I really like how they play on the road. And like you said, that you just have to expect there's a Steph game, and I do think there's a Butler game coming too.
Yeah. Butler's due for a really takeover game.
The scary part with having home court advantage is great. Take care of business at home, you're fine. But Game 7, regardless of if it's home or away, bro, everyone's freaking out. Game 7 coin flip.
I don't want to face
coin
Curry
flip
in a
every
Game
time.
7.
You don't want to face Curry or Butler in a Game 7.
Or
And
Draymond
Draymond,
even.
bro.
But that being said, I didn't want to face Jokic in a Game 7.
Yeah,
No.
and you won.
And we
in
won
a
that game.
road game, Game 7.
Rudy Gobert, post fade.
fadeaway is so
That fourth
great.
Top 5 old
The
moment ever.
layups too he had. Yeah.
Fourth quarter was
All right,
crazy.
what if it's Rockets? If it's Rockets, I think we win in.
I think 6.
I actually was gonna say 6
I
as
can
well,
see, I can see a sweep.
which is crazy because I think they're a worse team than the Warriors against us.
I know.
I think
do
they're
too.
built very similar in terms. It's closer to us, and then we just have Ant.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
the star. They don't have the star.
I mean, who's going to guard Julius Randle? I can't believe I'm saying that in 2025, but who's going to guard Julius
Easton
Randle?
and Smith are
They
gonna.
might go. Dude, I am a little bit scared of their big lineup against us. They go Şengün at the 4, Steven Adams at the 5.
I forgot he has Steven Adams. They might.
Dude,
play
he's
him,
been
but, like,
so good. Have you seen his
he-
plus minus?
Okay,
He's
also
been very good, which is so annoying.
Thompson's gonna match up decently well against Ant.
Yes.
I mean, out of all the players in the
Man's
playoffs,
crazy.
he's probably the top 5 one that I want.
Yeah, but you just screen him off. He's not like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his
not
offense
unstoppable.
is so inconsistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a defensive.
Just like I mean,
Then
like,
he
just
might get
defense.
Yeah,
They're a
yeah,
defensive,
yeah.
they're a defensive team. Dylan Brooks will piss somebody off.
They
Probably
scare me a
Rudy.
little bit though.
Yeah.
They do. For some reason,
I would
I
take
don't know
Wolves
why.
in 6, but I think they'll get an extra game.
I think it'll be Wolves
Then
in
the Warriors.
5, but my gut says we sweep them. I really do. I really do. They're gonna be.
I would
They're gonna be
love
so
that.
tired. Our shooting's gonna get back.
Why am I somewhat afraid of the Rockets right now?
No,
I'm actually just going
Realize
through
they-
what's going on.
they
Why are we
have-
all sleeping on
They
it?
have the athletes, man.
Because
They have- they have
on
the
paper,
structure.
you're thinking, oh, they got so many athletes, so many defense players, and then you watch them against the Warriors, and their offense is like, if Şengün can't score, what are they doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they have. Yeah.
They need shot making, which is why, like, regardless of what happens, if they lose tonight, especially, go get someone. Go get KD, go get a Giannis. Or even if they lose to Wolves the next round, even if they win a good amount, you still need a shot maker if you really want to win
Yeah,
a
for
championship
sure.
on that team. But that being said,
They also have Cam Whitmore.
Cam Whitmore
He
should
doesn't play.
He should play more
He's so good.
eventually.
I
He's
think
just
he's
small.
good.
He's not ready.
He doesn't fit their build yet, I would say.
Oh, and Van Fleet is very. He's been so hot in the Warriors series. I think
Yeah.
if they win, he's going to cool off in the next series. It's just
Yeah.
odds.
Conley's gonna
He
clamp
shoots
him.
39% from the field normally. Like
They remind me of
Yeah.
the grit and grind Grizzlies.
I could kind of see it.
they got more boomer bust players than that team did, though. That team had consistent guys who just like were just defensive players.
I see that comparison. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like Jalen Green and like Fred Van Fleet, they got guys who could pop for 30 or will score 4 points.
Mike Conley was so good.
Yeah, back in the day. he was-
Marcus Gasol
Still
elite.
is.
Tony
Yes,
Allen.
sir. All right, yeah, Wolves, Rockets. If that is the series, I predict that the Wolves would win in 5. I have them closing out at home, Game 5. Will you be there? Just Game 3. Or
Yeah, it's
game
actually Game 5.
or Game 1.
If it's so we have Game 1 and Game 5. If it's the Warriors, we have Game 3 and I think
Oh, so Game 5 would be in Houston? Never mind. Wolves are
Yeah.
closing.
Yeah, 'cause they
Wolves
would
are
have
closing
home
this in 6. I'm sorry.
If you see Anthony
I-
Sasma at the Wolves game,
section.
whoa.
Yo.
If you want, we'll get fans then, apparently. If you do see him, say hello. It's up to you.
Hello to me.
That's actually what it feels.
Yep.
All right, should we wrap
I'll
it?
sign whatever shirt
Yeah.
you have.
Well,
take a
this is
picture.
kind of scary because we all had the same exact picks in the playoffs.
Was it all
which is
6?
Terrifying.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
all are expecting.
You know what? Screw it. Pacers in 7.
No
actually.
way!
I love the Pacers.
Yeah, he loves the Pacers.
Rick Carlisle.
Rick Carlisle, my goat.
Yep.
He went to Iowa State too way back. Remember?
Bro,
You did.
I know he
And
went.
then you
I've had him in a
Tyrese
class.
You and Tyrese Halliburton was your friend.
Yeah, we were in philosophy together.
Oh.
Yeah, Tyrese Halliburton, Brees Hall, Brock Purdy.
We're all
talk
boys.
to
I
them
watched
later.
Brock
What a
Purdy in
group.
real life.
Jalen
and I was
Noel.
He's actually
all those
solid.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it was so much fun talking about all these conference games coming up, and it seems like with all of our picks, we're just waiting to fast forward to the conference championships.
Let's hope.
But nothing
Let's
ever
hope.
happens
Let's hope we're
as
right.
planned. So much fun will be seen and had. Much love to you guys. Thanks for tuning in. It was a good one. We'll catch you
guys.
around next time. on the PEMDAS podcast. See you around.
Thank you.
Peace.